Hello everybody, how's everybody doing? I'm coming in tonight and I'm doing a collab with Kathy A. Beauty. I think it's Kathy A. Beauty. Yeah, I'm doing a collab with her. And we decided to tell stories, and I was going to do it on the porch, but it just got so late and it got so cold that I decided to have my nice warm house coat on my husband got me last year for Christmas, and just come in and be in my room all by myself. And I've been tonight, my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, went to her first Christmas dance. 16 years old, and she's going to her first Christmas dance. And I got to do her makeup and her hair, and she was just beautiful. Just beautiful. She liked the old Hollywood style, so I put her hair up in the old pin curl type curls on her hair with a French twist and vampy lips. And I just decided to put on my house coat and come in and finish telling you the story of our first Christmas in our new home. And that Christmas, we put up that tree, and we tried to find the biggest, roundest tree that we could find. And we put lights on it, and we took our 4 children and we went outside and looked through the window at that Christmas tree, that first live Christmas tree in our new home. And we all stood out there and cried like babies. And every year I make since that year, I make a fresh apple cake. And I haven't made that apple cake since my son passed, but I think maybe this year I'm going to make that fresh apple cake. I'll have to try to find the recipe and share it with some of you all. Maybe you can have it for your, if not Christmas, you can try it for your New Year's. And try a new recipe going into the New Year's. This Christmas we decided we're going to have all Italian food. So we're going to have breadsticks and spaghetti and cheesy breadsticks and maybe some cavatini, and you just get tired of the same old thing. But we want to make this Christmas special. So far, all of us we get sad around Christmas time, and because somebody's not here, and we love him and we miss him very much. But you know, even though he's not here, I wanted to tell my children this year, I want them to celebrate Christmas as if he was here, because my son loved Christmas. It was his favorite time of the year. He played Santa Claus. I remember the year before he passed, he played Santa Claus, and his little girl just wasn't, she wasn't very old that year. And she cried. Oh my goodness, she cried. She was scared to death of Santa Claus. So, but it was still good memories, and she remembers that. And we're going to have our Christmas Friday. This is Wednesday. Today was the kids' last day of school. So, yeah, we're all happy to be together, and that's why I want them to not be sad. And I don't want to be sad. I want to celebrate this year. I want to celebrate. I've got new friends and new things to do. And although I miss him, I have his memory in my heart. And yeah, So you all have helped me immensely. I, you know, I've really come a long way. Um, I hope you all will go over and see Kathy A. I'm hoping to get to know her a lot better. We spoke on the phone, and she's just a delightful person. I want to talk about Christmases when I was a little girl. Sometimes we didn't like what we got for Christmas, but we learned real quick from grandmother that, you know, it doesn't matter. We don't, our parents doesn't have to get us anything. Um, we had lost sight of what Christmas is all about. And I think a lot of people do. This year and every year, before my children, before my grandchildren can open uh, the first gift, nobody opens anything until I read the story of Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus. Once they've heard the reason that we celebrate Christmas and why we give gifts to each other, then they can open their gifts. And so that is a tradition here at our house, that we will keep Jesus in our season. We will keep Jesus in our home. So he's the reason that we celebrate. Christmases when I was growing up were not always good, but we were a family and we were together, and Grandma made them good. Grandma always told us that if someone gave you a piece of bubble gum in love, then that was good enough. They gave that to you in love. And I've always carried that with me my whole entire life. So we haven't got snow yet, and it's not real cold here, but it's cold. I'm on vacation. I get to be home, and I'm so glad for that. I wanted to. I don't know. I'm just happy to have friends, and I've gotten all kinds of cards, and I haven't gotten a chance to send any cards because I work right up till. Well, I worked right up till yesterday, and but I'm thankful for the cards and the gifts that I've received, and I'll be doing a video on all the gifts that I've received from people that sent me gifts, and I want to thank everyone that sent me cards. You know who you are. And I want to thank everyone that sent me a gift. You know who you are. I love you guys. I really do. So this collabs with Kathy A, and I'm getting too hot in this house coat. I hope you all will go over. I was going to do a makeup look, but I decided not to do the makeup look where I didn't have time tonight because I was doing makeup for my granddaughter. And I may, if she can help me, I may insert a few of those pictures into a few of the pictures of my granddaughter and her dress and her hair and everything, you know, all of her how she looked before she went to the dance. So I don't know how many minutes I've been on. It doesn't say, it doesn't tell me, but I'll show you all my tree. Not tonight, but excuse me, I'll show it to you. I'm so tired tonight. I just got home yesterday. I didn't sleep good last night for some reason, and here I am complaining, and I don't want to be complaining. I want to make this a happy time. I wanted to show you all some things, but I didn't get the pictures out or anything. I hope Kathy's not mad at me. I wanted to tell stories about Christmas, and I'm trying to think of some of the stories that I had already in my mind, and And here I am saying again. But I am getting stronger. I don't feel as sick. I didn't feel real good when I got up this morning because I guess where I didn't sleep good. But I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas. I hope we don't get snow. Everyone thinks that if you don't get snow for Christmas, then it's not Christmas. But I'm fine without it. Fine without snow. I'm good. So, I still got some of the makeup on my arm or hand. But anyway, I'm trying to think of some stories about when I was a little girl. Oh, I know a one. We used to live, well, in the little town that I grew up in, and you all seen pictures of that, you all that's been with me for a long time. My dad used to take us sleigh riding, and he never would let me go down the hill I was the baby of the family. He never would let me go down a hill on the sled myself. So he would lay down on his belly, and he would let me get on his back. That way, he would guide that sleigh down through there so we didn't hit a tree or, everybody was there. But wouldn't you know it, he run us right into the creek, me and him both. We got soaking wet, had to hurry and go home and get dried off, but that was so much fun. I used to have so much fun with Dad. Dad used to take us and do things with us all the time. We had so much fun, even in the wintertime. We would go on an old one of the sleighs, like Santa Claus, and this is not a lie. This is truth. Our landlord that we had, his name was Pete Ferrell, Ferrel, Pete Ferrell. He had Clydesdale horses. So in the wintertime, our streets, it was just a small town, and our streets were they would be completely all ice and snow. So here he'd come with one of those Clydesdales, hooked up to that sleigh, and he would take all of us kids, not all the kids in the town now, just the kids in my family, me and my two sisters and brother, and we'd stop by and pick up my uncle. Now, I had an uncle that was almost the same age as me. I think he's about maybe 4 or 5 years older than me. But he would take the kids of our family, and we would all pile in that sleigh. And he would ride us all over the little town where I grew up in. And that was a good memory. That's a good childhood memory that I had. He would always check the pond where in the little town we grew up in to make sure that it was frozen so that we could go ice skating, and we would go sledding, and wintertime was a good time in that little town. Grandma always made sure that Christmas was good. Let me get a drink of coffee. My throat is getting dry. My grandmother used to have the grandest parties, and I used to go to her parties, and she used to, back then, I mean now it's probably nothing, but back then, and this was in the late 60s, early 70s, you always knew when Granny was having a special. I call her Grandma, but I call her Grandma to you all, but I always called her Granny. Always knew when Granny was going to have a special party, because Granny always, if you opened her freezer, there was these little ice creams in the shape of a Christmas tree. You knew Granny was having a special party. So, I always loved Granny's parties because they were always grand. And I used to, when when I first got married, I would have parties like that. I always had grand parties, and not so much anymore. I'd love to get back to hosting parties and doing that kind of thing. And so maybe someday I can, there's a fly or something in here. Maybe someday I can have a big party, a big grand party, and you all can come and we can have tea out in the yard, and wouldn't that be grand? And so that's my Christmas wish. If you have a Christmas wish, leave me your Christmas wish down below. Be sure and go over and see Kathy A. And when you get done, come back and see me again. I love you guys. I miss you. I'm so sorry. I missed you the 2 weeks that I wasn't on here. I'm going to try to make that up to you. I'm off for 2 weeks. I hope this is the slowest 2 weeks. Slow 2 weeks. I wish I didn't have to go back to work, but I do. It's either stay home or eat. Not eat. Stay home or not eat. Not really, but I mean, I have to work. But anyway, I hope you all have a grand Christmas. You all keep those in your prayers that needs prayers. I seen prayers being asked for the other day, and that can be unspoken. You don't have to know who. I always just pray, Lord, those on Facebook or those on YouTube that needs a touch from you, please touch them. So that's my prayer. If anyone's alone this Christmas, God, please wrap your arms around them and give them a touch from you and let them know they're not alone. And I'll be thinking of you too. So until next time, you know what to do. Stick that thumb up in the air. Share me around, because I want to travel. And unless you share me around, I can't travel. Leave me a comment. I like to chit chat. I hope I haven't dashed your holiday spirit. I'm trying to get my holiday spirit. You all pray for me and I'll pray for you. I love you. Don't forget, stick that thumb up in the air. Share me around. And I'll see you on the next go round. Bye.